Their scientific and academic theories. First guy up, please, and bear in mind everyone except one of the acts here is their first time doing stand-up comedy on stage, but they are experts in their chosen field, so please, my memory's gone. What was your name again?
Jonathan.
Jonathan, yes I knew it was Jonathan. Jonathan, do this again, 1, 2, 3. Woo! First act here tonight on Bright, so please go up for Callum.mov.
My name's Callum, I'm a neuroscience PhD student. I quite like my job, like telling people what to do, especially. I get a lot of different reactions off of people. So a lot of people say, oh, like, wow, you actually must be quite clever. I'm like, well, I don't sound too surprised. I know I might sound like an X off the scheme, but I was actually educated in a school. So another question people ask is, oh, you've got to be a doctor then when you qualified. And I was speaking to a farmer once, he asked me this, and he said, because you know, every time I harvest my cornfields, I get a really bad headache. And I said, well, that's a migraine. And he said, no, it's not, it's fucking mine. And why the fuck have you started speaking Italian? But anyway, no, a lot of people actually take a bit of interest in what I do. They'll ask me questions about various brainy stuff they've heard. So a lot of people believe that the Nintendo Dr. Crappy Sushi brain training games, people believe that they can improve your intelligence. Another well-known theory, firmly believed by many women, of course, is that the male brain is located in their other head. But so being a neuroscience expert, I'm not really sure if either of these theories are true, but I don't think they can both be true. Because I think if male brains were in their dicks, they'd definitely be a lot cleverer from the amount of brain training. Although saying that actually, a lot of the most clever people I do know are single and definitely wankers. So another thing that's been in the news recently about neuroscience, of course, is whether mobile phones cause brain tumours or not. I don't know what people are so worried about, to be honest. The chance of you actually getting a brain tumour are 1 in 10,000, while last year in the UK there was 1 in 50 people injured themselves while texting and walking into a lamppost. Myself included. So, no, but actually neuroscience obviously covers a wide range of topics about the brain. The one that I'm most interested in is Alzheimer's disease. Big fan of it. So actually my granny got diagnosed with Alzheimer's and cancer at the same time a few years ago. But to be fair, like, she took the news pretty well. She said, well, it could be worse, at least I don't have cancer. So some of you might know Alzheimer's is a disease of the elderly. They get progressive memory loss and mood changes. So despite having a fan in tonight, there's not that much funny I can say about it. I don't know, some people might find it funny when your granddad's in the garden naked, smearing peanut butter all over himself because he thinks it's sun cream. But when you've got your new girlfriend over who's got a nut allergy, it's not that funny. It's a hazard. No, but I don't actually work with Alzheimer's patients. I sort of look at what different factors contribute to you getting Alzheimer's disease, because obviously it's a complicated disease. Some genes mean you're more or less likely to get it. All the usual suspects of like exercise, smoking, drinking, all that shit plays a part. What you might not know, and what's quite interesting actually, is that higher intelligence levels and higher education levels actually protect you against getting Alzheimer's disease. So big cheer, because that's obviously everybody in here is very intelligent, aren't they? What you're also forgetting, of course, is that we all live in Scotland. We have the fucking worst obesity record in Europe. So all the deep fried Mars bar suppers that you'll be eating and toasting after the gig cancel out any benefits that your higher intelligence has. But I don't actually work with Alzheimer's patients. I look at what happens to neurons when they get a slight reduction in oxygen and how that may affect them and cause them to go down an Alzheimer's route. So how do I do this interesting piece of science, you may be asking? Well, to start with, I have to get a mouse pregnant. Not me personally, of course. We've got undergraduates to do that. No, but obviously, like, we use a male mouse just to get the female mouse pregnant. We put them together in our little honeymoon suite that we've got overnight. Come back in the morning and check to see if the girl's pregnant. Unfortunately, we can't just send her off to the toilet with her friends to pee in a stick. We have to do what's called a plug check. So for anyone that doesn't know, once a male mouse sort of shoots his load, he shoots another load that's a bit thicker, and it's got this sort of cheesy texture. And it sets inside the female, and then we can probe to see if there's a plug being left. So I didn't bring a probe to show you, but it's pretty much just a little mouse dildo. And so you probe the mouse to see if there's a plug left. Don't worry, it doesn't hurt the females at all. In fact, some of the sluttier ones absolutely love it. So you check for this plug, and then you assume that she's pregnant. But obviously it's not a foolproof test because it just means they've been mated. Doesn't mean that she's pregnant. But there are ways we can try and improve our success rate of getting the females pregnant. So just some males are obviously more fertile than others. I think that's the case. I've got two boys. The Pinky, he is brilliant. Like every time he leaves a plug, the girl's pregnant. The brain is just not so successful. It's like he's got someone else on his mind. I don't know what so yeah, sometimes just the males and females aren't very compatible. You know, the woman's got an excuse like she's got a headache or too tired, the usual bullshit. Sometimes, of course, it's just Pinky thinks you are an absolute munter. I am not going to do it. Not when I'm sober, anyway. But I've started using a sophisticated new bit of kit to try and get around this problem. It's really easy to use, but it's quite expensive. It's like £3.50 every time. And it's called the love calculator. And like all I have to do is get the name of a male and female mouse, and then I get back a percentage of how successful they are to be a couple. So I'd love to tell you more about how Pinky in the Brain and I plan to take over cure Alzheimer's, that's what we do. But I don't have time, I think that's me up. So thank you very much and good night.